Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 3, Ruined World. I wonder if the place with the black halberd is going to make me search for a secret passage into the mountains. Because again, we are way past the demo, and thus way past the areas that I remember in great detail. As you ascend into this valley, a rude wind chills you through your armor. You don't have much farther to go before you'll be around snow. Frost is everywhere, and plants and animals are scarce. The valley suddenly gets a lot colder. Your noses and ears begin to sting, and your feet find uncertain purchase on the frosty rocks. Suddenly, you realize the things off the path that you thought were snowbanks are in fact moving. Meh, just ice puddings. Steven actually needs to not cast that many spells right now. You find in a small cave the food cache of the foul slime creatures. About a dozen dead humans and humanoids, frozen solid. You inspect the bodies, and find a variety of coins and trinkets. One of them also wears a silver ring. A gust of stinging, icy wind hits you in the face. You turn away and shut your eyes for a moment, and when you turn back, you realize you are no longer alone. The wind has carried in several large, white drakes with it. Oh boy. Also look, our first glimpse of true mountains. High mountains. I think that's the first time we see that tile set anyway. I still have a wand of fireballs for some reason. I don't have enough range on Wall of Blades. So it turns out Wall of Blades is really effective against ice drakes. And Firestorm is, of course, effective against any icy enemy that likes to clump together in groups. And nothing here, apparently. Okay. Well, we've got something here. When you enter this tunnel, you feel a palpable sense of uneasiness. There's something dark in this place. You look around and quickly realize that, oddly, no animals or monsters have settled in here. This is the defiled crypt. I'm not so sure this is the place I'm looking for, but I will investigate it anyway. Didn't work. Cave of barriers. Hello? Vahnatai, what are you doing here? You meet a Vahnatai. Very strange, considering they rarely ever leave their deep caverns. He looks extremely ill, like being near the surface doesn't agree with him. He pants. I am Abra. He looks up at you. His eyes are glazed over. I and Bohen do missions for our people. For many years, she and I have been going from place to place, reviving sleeping Vahnatai, killing hydras and such. But this mission has been being the worst. He has the usual strange Vahnatai syntax when speaking, and his voice is weak. The surface is awful. No place for one of us. Worse, we want to find what is in these caves, but there are many monsters. Vanavoy and wraiths, Vahnatai evil undead, who must have been in these ruins for the many centuries they have been here. We don't know who made this place, but we suspect it was for the imprisonment of dark souls. But we will not know without someone helping us. Okay, so I guess where humans would be inclined to bury something horrible deep underground, the Vahnatai might want to put it closer up to the surface, where presumably it would weaken them. Speak to Bohen of that. We cannot fight the monsters ourselves, but you might. Every few centuries, we Vahnatai hibernate to let our caves replenish ourselves. A few years ago, our clan's hibernation ended, and we went to help revive our people. In fact, a few humans aided us on one such occasion. Oh yeah, I guess I do recognize the name Abra. Cool. They were the first humans to be visiting our lands. It was being a great honor. Hydras live in our caves, and are always being pests. Sometimes they must be controlled. And turned into tasty Hydra burgers. The heat, the lack of pressure in the air, the oddness of the air. Every moment is a difficulty for us. We wish to return home. And I've already read that one. Bohen Yirno. You meet a Vahnatai, carefully studying a book written on mica sheets. It's amazing. What's a Vahnatai doing up here? She stands and bows elaborately to you. I am being pleased to see you. I am named Bohen Yirno. You know Yirno marks her as a wise person among her people. I am being pleased you be having you here. We were knowing exiles were up here, but we're not expecting them to be visiting this site. She has the odd syntax normal among Vahnatai. We were having much pleasure in our allies returning to the surface. In fact, it was Exile spies who were detecting this site and reporting it to us so we could visit. Cool. It is being a great mystery. It is a Vahnatai ruin, but at the surface of the world, where our people are thought to have never been. It is greatly ancient and greatly interesting. We Vahnatai are always having great need to know of our ancestors. For them to have been here is one of the greatest things we may have been wanting to be knowing. Unfortunately, there is a problem, and if you will be helping us, perhaps you can be rewarded. This ruin may be invaluable to us, helping understanding our ancestors and give us incredible new knowledge. We are supposed to report it back to our people, but alas, there are undead inside which are of no use to us. Go in there, kill the undead, and find if anything of value to us is in there, and we will reward you. Okay. Surprisingly straightforward. Go in, kill stuff, report back. Now let's see, take out this other layer of barriers. It's always vaguely confusing to me that it has D barrier right next to fire barrier. Because I'm like, I don't want to create a barrier, I want to dispel one. I said I want to dispel one. Really? Turns out I can just walk through it anyway. Light heal all is cheaper than multiple dispel barriers, I guess. You can't understand this language at all. Alright. You reach a honeycomb of narrow, twisting passages, all alike. You think you hear, just to the threshold of perception, soft whispering. Okay. I think I will go and investigate this building first instead. You recognize these ruins as Vahnatai architecture. However, it's of an archaic, peculiar design. It was also amazingly well constructed, and probably mildly enchanted. It is still in reasonably good shape, and isn't too overgrown with moss. And probably won't come down on our head. And probably won't come crashing down on our heads. Probably. The ceiling of this passage cracked and sank a bit, sticking this door firmly in place. You doubt you'll be able to get it open. Okay. Well, what if I just bust down some walls here instead? Alright, it looked like maybe there was some space up here for a secret chamber, but apparently not. Oh, hello. Since Garnet's a little low on spell points, put her on scry duty. Wraith! Somewhat decent pile of hit points, can cast level 4 mage spells and maybe poison me, immune to cold and poison. Shouldn't be too tough. You know, when I said you could poison me, that's not really what I meant. And an absolutely irresistible formation of enemies here. Yeah, go ahead. Give me more fireball targets. I want to get more light. You step on the ancient rune and feel a soft tingling. Okay then. Some sort of storeroom, maybe? You open the cabinet and find the remains of scrolls that decayed into dust centuries ago. Digging through the powder, you find a small platinum key of a very peculiar design. You open the cabinet and find that whatever was originally stored in here, it moldered into dust long ago. And same with that one. You are at the entrance to a storeroom. There are 2 rows of crystal Vahnatai floor boxes, centuries old and covered with a thick layer of dust and lichen. Ooh, razor discs. In at least some of the games and remakes, razor discs are a pretty decent throwing weapon. And a waveblade. And more razor discs. And Peridot is out of space for razor discs. Lots of razor discs. There we go. Blarg. And after I just spent all those spell points doing light heals. Okay. You hear a soft click. Interesting. Ack. Suddenly, with flashes of light and puffs of smoke, evil creatures appear all around you. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Vahnatai, even weaker than the Wraith, and has no magic with which to annoy me. I'm not even going to use the big Dispel Undead on him, just the regular Turn Undead. It's super effective. Yeah, 1 damage. Ah! Wall of Blades! Most long-lasting and damaging of all the wall spells. Ow. There is a statue in my way. And more knives. Suddenly, with flashes of light and puffs of smoke, more evil creatures appear all around me. And now they get to deal with the walls of blades too. Oh, Wraith. You You know what? You do get to dispel undead. And major blessing to cancel out the slow. Major blessing might also be mitigating the damage from the wall of blades. Are you worth a fireball? Maybe. Nye. Okay, I think that's all of them. Please spawn me on a tile with no blades. I can't win them all. Another click. Aye, ice! Okay, want more light. Ow! Okay, so stepping on that specific spot is not good for my health. Bleh. But hey, the statue's gone. The door has a small platinum keyhole, amazingly uncorroded considering its age. You put the platinum key you found in the keyhole. It fits. You turn it, and you hear the door become unlocked. Should check my special inventory for that platinum key. Vahnatai crypt key. This is a small platinum key, which you found in an ancient Vahnatai ruin near the surface in northwest Valorum. So that door is unlocked, but also I spy some crumbly looking wall. Not that it does me any good whatsoever. You reach a series of Vahnatai crypts, amazingly close to the surface, oppressively old, and radiating some sort of dark energy. You hear hissing and moaning in the darkness. I would say I should retreat and come back here, but then I'd have to deal with this maze again and all of the walls of pain. So maybe I'll just take a long wait. Oh, Connie must have the Ring of Regen. Let's give that to Garnet. That'll do. bit of a shame I don't have Shockwave here. Hehe. Okay, I think that's everybody. Apparently not. I don't think I saw anyone else there. Hello? I'd be a lot more afraid of your summons if you had enough room to do more than about 2. Okay, I think maybe we need some revive. Hooray! Sometimes archery is useful. Ooh, someone else is here. Feh. Oh, Stephen is direly low on spell points. Ah, I can't even cast Wound. Connie, do something useful. Cure poison. Okay, then. Don't have enough spell points to go throwing around Move Mountains or Shatters at the moment. Oh, geez, more of you. Yeah, Amethyst, you need to hang back and not take any more damage right now. Not too worried about Mung Rats, though. Is that the last of everybody? So it would seem. Part of me wants to regain spell points and break down a lot of walls. Part of me wants to keep it simple and just do a magic map. To see if there's anything worth breaking down walls for. Yeah, there's got to be something in one of these corners. Peridot, you've got spell points. Have a sapphire. There is a bit of hidden stuff behind some crumbly walls. Oh yeah, Connie can also do Move Mountains because it is a level... Oh no, she can't because I have to buy it specifically for her. Click. Okay. Ooh, there's stuff in here. How do I get to stuff? I bust down a wall. You find several crystals on pedestals. The crystals are large, blue, and beautiful, but look largely inert. You look them over, wondering if there's any Vahnatai magic residing within them, and realize there is a tiny light flickering inside each one. As you get close, you would swear you hear whispering inside your minds. You can't make out what the voices say, but they're definitely there. These crystals must contain ancient Vahnatai spirits. The Vahnatai will be pleased to hear of this. Pedestal with crystal doesn't specifically say crystal soul. Yeah, it's just scenery. It's nothing I can interact with. These have a ring. More razor discs. And another wave blade. I think after I do another rest, it might be time for another identify spell. Ah. Connie, we need healing. Oh, come on now. Oh, right, these are still up, and zappy. Still significantly less lethal than Wall of Blades. So, hey, guess what? We found stuff. Now that we know something here is valuable, it is time for us to report to our people. We must depart. You have done us great good. As a reward, any other treasure in there is now yours. Why, yes, it already was. Also, she teaches you the spell Word of Recall. And now, back outside for a much-needed rest. And I still haven't found the place with the black halberd, but I'm getting enough loot I might have to go back to town and sell some stuff off. Wand of Slow, Wand of Karanos, regular old gold ring, silver accuracy ring. Oh yeah, I probably took that off because of using the Ring of Regeneration. Wait, no, this is Pearl, not Peridot. Who wants a silver accuracy ring? Iron Wave Blade, not that impressive. Wand of Charming, that could be fun. Magic Wave Blade. Slightly higher base damage than the Magic Broadsword, so I will trade. Stephen hasn't picked up anything interesting. Ooh, Iron and Steel Razor Discs. So many. And of course, the dart I picked up in Sulphurous Lair is just a dart. And the buckler is just a crude buckler. I should have known anything that the dragon would let me walk out of her lair with is garbage. But this time at least this time it only cost me spell points and not money to identify. So I want to keep looking for the halberd. I probably should go back to town and get some stuff sold off. Oh look, I can keep going even farther north. You find an isolated cluster of farms, far from any large settlement. The farmers come out to greet you, suspicious and reasonably armed. When they see you mean no harm, however, they become very friendly. Visitors are rare out here, after all. You find out that they moved out into the wilderness to get away from the control of the Empire, a motive you can easily understand. You tell them the sobering news from the rest of Valorum, and after an excellent home-cooked meal, you depart. Forest Grove. You meet a lone brigand, bedraggled and half-starving, in the middle of this forest glade. However, instead of being edgy or fleeing, like you might expect, he stands his ground and draws his sword. "Ah, more challengers!" he shouts, and pulls a bar of gold out of a sack at his belt. "This bar of gold is for those who can defeat me in combat. I challenge you all to a battle. Do you accept?" Wow, this surely will not be a trick and a trap. You draw your weapons and attack. As you approach, his features shift and change, and other creatures start appearing in the clearing with you. Unsurprisingly, not all was as it appeared. Ghouls, giant slugs, and a demon. Aha. Well, let me see what the range is on one of my new spells, Ravage Spirit. Not that great. Garnet has less spell point. Garnet has fewer spell points than I would like, but still enough to do a major blessing. And Peridot, you can do something. Wall of Ice. Won't do anything against the ghouls, but it will annoy the slugs. Stephen has plenty of spell points, so I will waste some of them on a Flame Strike. It's not a waste if at least one slug dies. Fireball is going to be a lot less effective against a demon and fire lizards. Ice Wall. I love the sound of dead slugs. Ah, so close. else I should do there? Maybe I could cast a web. Ugh, acid damage. Ugh. So, how much will Ravage Spirit do on a demon? 80, not bad. I thought my game was bugging out for a moment and then realized, since Pearl's inventory is full, maybe she can't even pick up the gold. You kill the demon. His body molders and disappears. Pleasantly, you find that the bar of gold was real, and take it. Yay. Okay, the coast is a little farther in here than I thought. A swamp. Delightful. Sometimes I forget that I can walk on these big rocks because you can't in Blades of Exile. Anything in this swamp? I don't think so. Yeah, this whole region is full of trees and not much else. And the land seems to be curving around into yet another peninsula over here. But for now, I think I will head back south. And on the way, I want to check back in with Koth, because I never actually bothered to buy any spells from him. Also, I should leave the horses outside. Also, what I haven't done is scry a dragon. Ooh, it looks like each of the dragons gets their own unique monster type. So Koth is high level, big pile of health, no magic points. He can't cast spells. He can only breathe fire and have 3 attacks with a whole lot of damage. I would still rather not attack him. Prices are utterly ridiculous, but I do have a pretty good pile of gold here. I already have Major Poison. But I did not have Kill. I know I have Anti-Magic Cloud. Group Fear I'm probably not going to use much. Paralyze maybe. Demon, I've got better summoning skills. I already have Group Fear. Okay. I'm okay with skipping Demon for now. I could scry the other 2 dragons, but I imagine they're all pretty similar. Anyway, I'm going to nip off to one of the larger towns, or perhaps even Fort Emergence, to do some identification. Because, I think Fort Emergence might like to know that we've discovered the actual whereabouts of the dragons. And that, supposedly, they also are not behind these attacks on the Empire. I will meet you all somewhere else. Until then, have a good one, everybody.